Hey you. Everybody in TikTok land. See that TikTok has notified you I am now online. Functioning and here, present and correct. So, we'll wait a few minutes for the vibe, Soul Tribe. So welcome. Hey you. How are you? Good afternoon. So yeah, looking for my Soul Tribe. Whether you feel that you're a mystic, a misfit, a poet, somebody on the path of looking for people like ourselves. Whether you want to go on an adventure for 45 minutes or an hour with my kind self. Whether you want to be on some fierce emotions, the velocity of your feelings. Whether you want to think a little bit deeper. Let's talk philosophy. Let's talk psychology. Let's bring our hearts, let's bring our minds, have a cup of tea with this sacred heart of mine. I'll share my sacred heart for the time that I am here. So come and say hi. Or delve a little bit deeper if you want. If you want to talk about the vast galaxies and the universe, or you want to talk about the foundations of life. If you want to have a little discussion about religion, philosophy, whatever it may be, I'm here to have a chat. I bring a topic each day anyway, so we do wait a few minutes before I do start my topics. Whether you're craving something a little bit deeper, yeah, let's delve deeper. Let's delve deeper into our divine minds, into the oneness of our heart, the unconditional love. There's not many things that have unconditions, because obviously most people have conditions in this life. They have terms. Doesn't mean we have to agree or disagree, and sometimes we agree to disagree, and that's the way life is. However, when you're on the path, my topic today is, believe it or not, good versus right. Good versus right. We all want to connect. We all want to reconnect. All we want to do is feel good, really, don't we? We want to feel good. We want to feel happy. We want to feel our best. And even better when you're around other energies, other human beings that make you feel better as well. Bonus. That's your soul tribe. If you find them. But some of us, we're still okay, even if we're on our own. Even if we're calmly and in our solitude. A lot of people think that they get lonely, but once you get used to a point of being liberated and finding that freedom in yourself, alone time is productive time. Getting things done. So being wild and free. So good afternoon, everybody. So welcome. Come say hi. Have a few lines to write if you like. I'll grab my cuppa. So we're going to raise our vibration, raise our higher self in these times. I won't promise to heal you. Oh, I had a slogan that I said earlier. I've put it into some of my written work anyway. But I won't promise to heal you, even though I am a qualified Reiki therapist and been a massage therapist over years and a clairvoyant. One heals oneself. I am in the capacity to be able to heal because God, the universal understanding within the ether and nature, we have energy. If you decide you want to have some energy, you'll have it, same as if you don't. It's all by verbal or consensual agreement in yourself. Anyway, if I lead you, will you follow? I do follow when people lead, but I always want to see where you're going to lead because I'm a natural leader in my own life. What about people that offer you clarity, not confusion? Those that are clear in their communication. Because when you're in oneness with your divine heart and mind, in a spiritual Stoic sense, you are clear in your communication, fundamentally. What do I believe in? I'm a Sufi Muslim. I'm a mystic, Lorraine, but I am a clairvoyant. So I just use my gifts now to pass it forward for other people to receive. If people want to believe, they believe. If they want to understand, they will. If they don't, I let them people go by. That's just how life is. Yeah. So I've been spiritual. I can remember when I first left home at 16, 17, as soon as my ID and everything, it was religious, spiritual. All my stuff. None of my family are religious. None. I'm the only one. Hello, surely no wrong one. You might want to join. Hello, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. I don't know if you're all brothers as you monks. I have said I'm going to read your book, but I'm still trying to get through my workbook of the one. I try to do one book at a time to concentrate, one task at a time. But yeah, I'm a Sufi Muslim. I'm a mystic. I've been a clairvoyant, so I've done readings in different ways. But they used to just come through when I used to do massage. Well, I don't tell people unless if your consciousness is ready to receive, because some things can be a bit like, you know. But quite a few people used to just come camping, sit on my comfy sofa, and then say, "Please tell me about my life," or "How do I sort myself out?" or "How do I do this?" or "I'm really not sure what I'm doing." I thought, well, I don't either. Well, I know nothing about nothing, Lorraine, but what I can say to you is there is a path, and sometimes we deviate, right? But, you know, if you want to know more, by means, I don't know if you're following, but it's nice to have another lady join, and sometimes outnumbered by men, right? But what I would say to you is, I'm not a teller because I'm not a seller, but I am my own skeptic. So I go into my own skeptic mind space to test anything out in my meditations when I'm musing around in my own consciousness. So, but I've been a spiritual practitioner, like actually done it for real. You know what I mean? It's not just talking on the screen. You know, I'm a water therapist, I'm a massage therapist, reflexology, aromatherapy, studied Reiki, I'm a Reiki master. So, you know, I'm into energy, chi, spiritual energy, spiritual practice. But just understanding, you know, God, source, creator, the infinite universes, you know, and sort of fundamentally very little that we know about life and ourselves. But I try to offer clarity though. So, and what I do is every video I bring different topics, different spiritual topics, rather than just talking about mundane things. I'm not into, I don't really like to talk about myself all the time. I'm simple yet complicated. I've embraced my shadows. Let's just say that. So in the dark times, that's why now I just make my own happiness. But yeah, I can do complicated, same as tricky situations or, you know, stressful ones. I don't run away from things. I just know it's part of a test, regardless if I'm on the up in my life or I'm on the down. I do try to stay as balanced as I can. But I do have a bit more of an elevated, giddy personality to cope with the downs. But I can comfortably sit in silence for weeks and months, trust me. Good afternoon, greetings, salutations, peace and blessings to you on this journey. So the topic today, to remind everybody as I'm going through it, is good versus right. So I do spiritual philosophy with Stoicism. So good afternoon, Dave. Right, so let's hold up the mirror. I've got a mirror in front of me at the minute, but so meet yourself, the wild, untamed version of yourself. You know, the ungroomed version of yourself. You know, the one people go around the door looking like, well, some people have now. When I ran a campsite, that was the first time years ago where people were running around in the onesies, going to the supermarket in the onesies and wellies. They were leaving the campsites in their onesies. No, they were coming to live on the campsite in their onesies. It was just, I was like, okay then. Yeah. You miss me. What do you miss about me? I try to be here, not every day, because I do like my own time. I like my quiet sabbaticals, thank you. But I do come on. If you miss me, come on my live stream. Come and join in. Come and share. Come and have fun. Come and embrace it. Come and embody the spirit and mind. Go grow old disgracefully. It's really nice. You know what I mean? It's great. Anyway, so. What do you miss about me anyway? Not that I'm curious, really. But go on. Why? Don't tell anyone. It's okay. I can't keep secrets. I don't gossip. You know what I mean? I'm the type of woman that I say it to your fucking face. I don't really swear all the time, but I do swear for effect. I swear to piss people off sometimes, or fuck them off, or make people go away. It's really effective too. So don't worry, what we're not telling. Anyway, Lorraine, have you left us for the day? Anyway, so of course I'm sure. Why wouldn't I be sure about myself? I know myself. If somebody questions me or comes into my life and then starts fucking around with it, they'll find out. So I'll say, I know myself. I don't justify myself to anybody. I do try to a little bit prove to people, but I get a bit pissed off when I think people think I'm either being needy or clingy or attached when I'm a spiritual practitioner. I do tell people straight away, but they must think, no, she's kind. No, she's naive. Oh no, I can take advantage. Oh no, I'll just go and lie to her. You know what I mean? Assuming. I'm positive, me. Trust me. That's a clairvoyant. Oh yes, I know myself. I know what I see. I know what I feel. Anyway, let's hold up the mirror. Let's see the wild, untamed version of ourselves. And I'm going to through Reiki, right, and inner healing of myself. I don't mind whatever you all think or believe in. If you choose it, simply through these words, strike a tuning fork against your spirit. So we're good about to rewire the mind. This is where we learn to use our power of ourselves genuinely, fiercely, and in real love. Where manifestations aren't just daydreams, they are soul contracts you write with the universe and God. So you have to power in now to believe what it is that you see in the future, or whatever you feel in the future, or whatever you want to come in the future. The power of now. How now, bound gal. You have to believe it in the power of the now. Feel it. Embody it. To become it. Like anything. Practice doesn't make perfect, but we perfect ourselves to be the best that we can at anything that you choose to do. Concentrate on one thing at a time. Relationships are fundamentally the most important thing in your life. Never give up, never give in. Only if somebody wants to retreat. Your best wins are through the power of the pen. Is the mightier the sword, is the best weapon. Tried and tested many times, even in peaceful protests and peaceful resistance myself many years ago, to find fundamentally the inner peace in myself over the last few years, to know what works and what doesn't. But I'm not here to make anybody believe. But if you want me to guide you, you'll receive. Poet! Oh! But I don't know it. It just happens like that sometimes. Yeah, being real, being authentic, real love. Real unconditional love is where, in the 0 point in the field in your meditations, is where the actual conceptual seed of something, a vision, a dream, because we're walking around thinking a daydream in the day. Most people just don't realise it in Matrix, you know what I mean? Fully plugged into the illusion. Not prepared to sort of, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think a lot of us, our illusions are then shattered. We don't want our illusions to be shattered, do we? You know what I mean? We'd rather live in illusion. Not me. I'd rather live in factual rather than fallacy. So I hope that helps you, Lorraine. I didn't know if you were still there or whether you just took a back seat or, you know, but I will try and give you spiritual wisdom where I can with a bit of jocular humour, you know what I mean? I do sometimes talk in a way a bit like in parables, you know, it's a bit like coded language sometimes. So you sort of have to catch it, because even though I'm not a channeler, you know what I mean, I don't channel energies, you know what I mean, because I'm aware of jinn and I'm aware of other people having attachments and all stuff like that. But I'm natural with nature, understanding that I'm part of nature, but also, you know, my moods and everything changes, so I just rearrange my ways every single day. But I try to keep a positive mindset. That's what I'm into: philosophy, mindset, mindfulness, being conscious of our thoughts. You know, doesn't mean we have a clear mind all the time, because we can have a pretty, you know, but I try not to think negatively for far too long, or if I do, I observe it in my inner awareness. Take time in your meditations. The longer time that you take, the better that they get. So take care. Good afternoon. Enjoy your afternoon then, Lorraine. Peace and blessings to you and your journey forward for the rest of the day. So take a deep breath. Settle in. Let this be your guide. Let me be your guide, even if it's for 30 or 40, 50 minutes, or even if you can concentrate for more than 30 seconds. Let alone try to be silent for 5. Because I am a mystic living in modern times. A mystic living in modern times. I am evolving, and we're in the land of confusion, trying to play in the land of fun. Trying to make even the smallest mundane things of happiness. So whether I give you a little dose of happiness every single day, or I give you some insight, or give you some revelation, that is for you to understand, because really the knowledge is in you anyway, because God put the knowledge in every human being from Adam, from your birth. We just forget it, or we choose not to. Surrender your light within. Be the warrior without sin. And if you do, it's okay. You never cool. Forgive yourself and forgive another each day. Go to bed in the dreamlike state. Not in rage. Calm. Peace. Be still. It's time for me to sit and chill. It's, if you want to have a chat, I really don't understand the concept of talking about my stomach at this moment in time, but hey ho, you know what I mean? Trust me. Even when people insult me, it's like, okay. But, you know, sometimes I like to have a bit of fun, you know what I mean? I can be a bit of a disco diva and get me high heel boots and have to stomp around sometimes, you know what I mean? It just depends what, just like I said, just depends what mood I'm in. I go with the flow, you know what I mean? Where I grow, you know what I mean? Where you water your plants, where you water your seeds, conceptually in your own visions and dreams. Believe in yourself, even if nobody else does. The pitter-patter of your own artistry. You know what I mean? Yeah. So doing morally what is good versus technically what is right. Sometimes right by the law, the rule is cold, but good is by your own conscience is higher. So yeah, sometimes, like we said, the law is there, the law is right. People talk the law and then people break the law. Hypocrisy. People say they want to be treated right and then don't treat other people right. Their own hypocrisy. That's why your own conscience is a higher faculty once you start to tap into it. Spiritual practice brings out the darkness in everything and in yourself that comes to the surface. But also, if you've got a conscience, you then don't steer and cross the line. You've sort of, like me, when I use my metaphors, I'm chaining myself up and I've got a choker and I'm going to go straight myself in the closet. See you later! Right. No, I'm not doing that. Hey, 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 partner. Hey, cowboy. Yeehaw. Should I get some Stetsons and get my flask and we'll come out in the old corral and say hey ho? I mean, come have a rumbling hey. The other one was, I don't know, he's talking about body parts. Maybe I do an anatomy lesson, you know what I mean? Maybe I should get my high heels on and do an anatomy lesson. You know what I mean? Get my glasses on somewhere and like start bossing you around. Show you truly what if I would really do. I don't intentionally mean to mess you up, but I can, you know what I mean? I can mess your hair up. So. I can tickle you. You know, I can send you crackers as well. It's time. Time for what? I've got all the time until God tells me it's done. Time over. Lights out. Fat lady sings. You know what I mean? Took fat lady sings. I told her. I've said to people for years. I'm being me. Well, about my story, it's amazing. The whole thing is amazing. You know what I mean? My scars, my flaws, my stretch marks, you know, the things that jumping to mates. I mean, yeah, everything. I still embrace it. I did quite a few years ago, many different ways. I can make any painful situation seem like it's quite humorous. Yeah, I've just come to that really conclusion in my life is like, hey, I'm just going to be mildly alright every single day until the fat lady seems to I'm out there. And I'm spiritually singing in another dimension. Hopefully being a angel until I erupt back out of the resurrection on the other side. Who knows? But the nirvana of my own existence is a lot better than most of the people's, believe it or not. Why? What secrets have you got? Go tell me your secrets. Go on, tell me. Are they good? Would I be amazed? Would it make a good story? So what if being right makes you less human? What if obeying rules to the letter breaks your spirit while following conscience even imperfectly redeems it? I'll ask the question again. Well, I have children. Yeah, kids means goats. You know what I mean? Technically, in the context of the word. But yeah, I've raised 5 men. They are now 5 men. My youngest is 18. I raised 2 stepsons, you know what I mean? While running business, while juggling, while my pants on the outside, you know what I mean? While being the cook, the cleaner, the slave, the sex pest, running businesses, doing the VAT, doing the accounts, and yeah, getting birth to children at the same time, you know what I mean? What's your claim to fame? what footwear do I have on? Footwear. Why do you want high heel boots on? Right? Do you want domineering or something? Do you want me to get me alter ego dress up domineering out myself out? Rather than sitting here flip flops. Well, they're not quite flip flops, but they're just nice comfy sandals. Comfy sandals for today. You know what I mean? So if we're obeying the rules to the letter and it breaks your spirit while following conscience, even imperfectly redeeming it. You want to see? I listen. I've got my feet down, right down there. You know what I mean? I've got nice little toes. But maybe. So get to the next part. You see me too. We live in a world obsessed with being technically right. Everybody, don't we? We want to be right. I can tell you, from a psychology perspective, I'd rather be wrong. I've been a my own skeptic for years. I'd rather be proved wrong. Prove me wrong. Foot from my kids inside my stomach. Well, inside the womb. We don't have babies in the stomach, do we? Area, the womb. You know, if you want to technically, you took her out. You know, childbirth. Are you a guy then? Take it, Superman. You're a guy. You know, you guys, you don't know real pain, do you? Let's face it. No disrespect to you. I've got black on my toenails at the moment. What black? I wear black a lot. I've got black on my toenails. If I was going out, I would be wearing black eye makeup. Or I've just seen some nice black glitter. So I'm gonna get some black glitter ready for the autumn winter. Alright, when I'm back in dark mode again. So yeah. I don't, even when I was younger, I didn't really wear a lot of makeup all the time, you know what I mean? I do like to wear it now, really, for effect. I feel sometimes different mask comes on. I mean, it's like when I wear a suit, it reminds me of my business days, and I'll just kick your ass, spiritually. Round a board table if you want. I've met the best deceivers, you know what I mean? Smiling assassins, liars, cheats, thieves, robbers. You know what I mean? Most bad people, I've not touched them. It's most things is when people have done shitty things to people. I mean, they're just downright evil. I'm not really like impressed by liars. You know what I mean? Deceivers. Doesn't impress me much. You know what I mean? I see straight through it, but I just say nothing most of the time because it just makes my life easier. But and then anything that I don't see, eventually God shows me spiritually. So most things I do work it out. So yeah. My youngest son is in South Africa now. He flew yesterday from London. So we stopped over at Dubai. But I'm going to miss my son for 10 weeks. To study rugby and play every single day. He's going to come back a bit even bigger. You know what I mean? My eldest son, he's now downsizing from all his rugby because he's been a prop for years. So with him retiring now, his major injury that he had. So, they had the right party. My son's peaceful, you know what I mean, peaceful meditation or music, Hertz frequencies. I did go to a few parties. People were DJing or pregnant. I didn't in my second and third. But who? Justinian? Who's Justinian, darling? Who's Justinian? Do you think Justinian is ultimately justified in attempting to reconquer the Western territories? Are you trying to sound really intellectual and stuff about politics and stuff? Do we really want to dissect it down? Just explain exactly what you were meaning with that word, and then we'll get into a conversation. Do you want to talk about economics or politics, just so we can define it and break it down a little bit further? Do you want to talk about the Rothschilds? Do you want to talk about the Vatican, Knights Templars, Jesuits? Do you want to talk about banking, fiat banking system, the cabal? Do you want to talk about black op technology? Do you want to talk about remote viewing? Do you want to talk about like CIA projects? Do you want to talk about like mainly a lot of things that are in films, or do you think like war is a weapon that the elites use on people that we all get divided into? I don't know. You tell me. I don't really see it as east and west. I just see that we live on Earth, and I don't really see that we really need some boundaries. I just think we just need some common decency and respect. It's really simple. Life is really simple. Just common decency and respect. Simple, isn't it? If you actually follow the commandments, that's the actual rules in it that's in common and civil law. So if you really just follow them, simple, you know what I mean? And you keep yourself all right, brilliant, you know? And do all right, be good. Like I said the other day, do no harm, take no shit. You know what I mean? So, but my view on wars is they're all manipulated. Years ago, there used to be bankers' wars, but really with digital currency and everything, you know what I mean? There's just certain factions in this world, like the Soroses, like the gays, like, I mean, the homicidal maniacs, the psychopaths, really, the sociopaths, they've got to be. To have visions that they have to exterminate life, but say it so politely. You know, I don't agree with any war with any person. It doesn't matter whether it's a war of the mind, a war of the home, a war of the person, a war against gender, a war against religion, a war against somebody's faith, a war against somebody's looks, war against somebody's the way they live their life. I don't really give a shit. I just don't think it should be happening. Can't agree with that, can I? Can I? Are you ready? You need to get ready. You know what I mean, Mr. Superman? Nicely. You know what I mean? You get ready. So, well, we don't have to be technically right either. No, I'm always open for debate. If people want to come in and have a discussion about anything, don't matter whether it's politics or anything. But I cannot agree with war against anyone, any faith, any religion, any colour, any creed. Why? Why? What's the excuse? Why does there have to be so much hatred in the world? I'm glad I'm not like that type of person. But I am fiery. I don't like to fight, but I can. I can fight spiritually, mentally, physically, with money. I ain't got no fear. I ain't got no fear to nobody blackmailing, threatening to lose something, take something away, remove it. I ain't got no fear. I ain't got no fear to being confined, arrested, assaulted. Got no fear. The only fear I've got is what my Lord God thinks of me, my Creator, because, you know, I really do want to be in a nice place afterwards, because I do try to make home, wherever I live, nice, regardless of where I live, over years. I try to live as nice as I can. I try to make the best out of any situation. Fucking hell. What I went through the last few years, half of you just wouldn't have survived. You'd done yourself in. Am I alone? No, God is always with me, and angels are always around me. My sons are here sometimes, but I don't let strangers in my flat because of energy. To be fair, I used to run a retreat before, so people used to see me at the retreat outside. I only had a few guests, a few people that were allowed in my home. People used to have to come and see me on the retreat. Whereas now, if people want to see me, you either see me on live stream, you either meet me accordingly, whatever meeting it's going to be, or you book a treatment in. Because most people now won't even make the effort to go and see somebody, let alone make an effort to go and just be nice. As I said yesterday, the topic was nice versus kind. Whether we should be nice versus kind. Same as today. What's right? Good versus right. Sometimes doing right, is it right? It's looking at our own conscience and seeing whether it's right or not. Meanwhile, while everybody is going along with life, people are starved of decency, common respect, compassion. And if we could whisper that more into humanity, if more of us were sitting or standing in our peaceful resistance and our way of life to remind people, it costs nothing to be decent, to have manners and respect. The moment when you're actually ready, you then won't be morally bankrupt. When your pride said, I did all that was required, I did it which was required, but your conscience whispered you could have done good. How many people see somebody in trouble? Be honest with yourself. How many people see somebody in trouble, whether it's on live stream or on the street, or you see something happening? Might be hate speech, hurtful words. How many people turn a blind eye? How many of you join in? I know I don't. And shit, you know what I mean? I've had it done to me quite a lot over years. Made a comment or something, and everybody goes on like major attack just for an opinion. You know what I mean? I can deal with opinions, same as I can deal with arguments. When people lose arguments is when they shout, when they get violent, or they start name calling. You've lost. Straight away. Really, technically. But I'm the type of person in any argument and debate to bring it back to point, what the point is. If I've got a beef or something, I will bring it back to point. Really, I know the answer deep down. Most women do, that are using their intuition, but yeah. That depends whether you want to do the inner work on yourself. The transformation, the inner transformation every single day is a spiritual transformation, but it can be messy. It can be costly. People come, people go. But you do try to fundamentally, when you're being your core self, you're being your authentic, genuine, as sincere and honest as you can be. Whatever happens, the right people will come and stay. The people that will look after your heart, regardless whether you're in that room or not. They're there. Yeah, but you have nothing to prove because you have nothing to gain. Same as I've realised over the last few years, I don't have to validate myself to anybody. Same as if I don't want to explain myself, I just don't. I have that attitude. If you really want me to put it on, if I don't want to explain myself, I fucking won't. But most of the time, in my humour, in my jocular humour, you know, in my dark psychology humour, you know, people think naive, kind, soft women. Oh, you know what I mean? Same with scammers. But a woman of value will value her time and take theirs. And they'll end up with nothing in return. That's why you should know your intention before you start. Why are you doing something? What is it for? What's the purpose? As I said to you, my topic this year, my whole overall topic was purpose, action, will. What's my purpose? Because I'm not a talker, I'm a walker. I actually take action. You know what I mean? Because I take conscious action to make conscious decisions. I have to in my day, and I have done for many years. Some of us women, you know, we're doing it for ourselves. You know, everything. Hi, James. Hi. You all right? Good afternoon, fine sir, Mr. Farmer. What are you doing? I've just dropped to the living room thing. Are you coming to say hello? Do you want to join me live stream? Do you want to do some more exercise? Hmm? You just missed me, didn't you, James? Really, over the last few weeks, you just missed me, really. So send you peace and blessings, and to your mum, James, your family. You know, are you all the types of people that will do something for somebody unconditionally? Say if somebody is suffering, or somebody got shopping declined at a till, or they fell over, or you know they were having hurtful words sent at them. Would you all just like sit there and do nothing, or would you actually claim that you've got the strength and the courage to stamp out hate and these schisms that are in the world? And look at our own hypocrisy, because once you understand your true shadow selves, because once you accept your darkness, whichever it is, you know, you can get angry, or you know what I mean, or your certain traits, you know what I mean, that you accepted yourself, really people can't get to you, you see, because you've got them there. It's like anything, it's like a fighter, it is. Like if you do martial arts and Qigong and, you know, more serious, like, I can't pronounce it right, Muay Thai? One of my stepsons, he was fighting quite a few years ago doing Muay Thai, but you know, or other forms that you can do. It's like I said to my sons growing up, that you've got the strength. You know, you're going to be big men. You know, they're all rugby players. You know what I mean? So they've had to be in a way, but when you've got those strengths, you don't lean on those strengths. You lean on your weaknesses and turn your weaknesses into your strength. Because your strengths will be there. It's like mind over matter. Muscles have memory; they remember. When something, it's like when you drive. If you don't drive for a while, your mind has a bit of a relapse. You know, the anxiety sets in of, "Oh, I've not done it for a while." But it's like anything. Once you get back into practicing something, because you've made it ingrained in you and it's part of you. That's why as a Muslim mystic, being spiritual, I don't like to really use a lot of labels, but I've adopted the life a few years ago. That's why I make a laughing joke that I would have fun in an astral. You know, sponsor silence, keep you silent. You know, even though I do like to chit chat, I don't like to chit chat about shallow stuff. There, you know what I mean? I'm not a shallow chatter. That type of stuff, you know, I can do for about 5-10 minutes. How are you? How's today? And da, 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 you know what I mean? When I say, that's why I said some of us, we go deeper. we go deeper. You know, are you the one that sometimes does bend a rule? Does it bite you in the back? Where am I from? I'm from Sheffield. Sheffield. Yeah, I don't. I mean, my God, have you heard where that's from? Are you the type of person that can, you know, do something for somebody regardless? Just being kind doesn't mean that they owe you something back in return. You'll give it anyway. You'll do it just because it feels the right thing to do. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. What is right is not always popular, and what is popular is not always right. So I said, in the last few years, I've been on the path less travelled. Where the majority's all going, it's like, no, I think I'll go on that one. It looks fun. What's the deeper truth? The deeper truth is any slogans or statements that I do, whether, they're quotes, mantras, affirmations, there's a chance for you to, if you write them down, you can look at them a bit deeper. That's where you can do your own philosophy. All right, you could go a bit deeper with them. What is legally right isn't always morally good. It's like when we hear it in the news, or we hear it when people say, oh, it's legal, it was the right thing to do. Justice wasn't it? Morally, most of the time, it's not. Justice isn't served. How can justice be served for anybody taking a life with murder someone? How can people justify it? How can anyone justify and say, you made me do that? Okay, did I get your hand and make you do it? Did I force your mind? It's crap. That's why people have to look at their own hypocrisy and what they're actually saying it and why they're saying it. That, your intention is not just your intention of what you're doing or what you're going to do. You should know why you're doing it. If you don't, what are you doing? But it's the intention in yourself. When somebody goes around and blames other people, like, especially in those types of situations, to say, oh, somebody else drove me to do it. No, we're all responsible for our own decisions and choices. That's why I think the regression, what actually happens when you're regressing yourself, it's not, soul in plenty of lives. I think you just go to an adult at 18 and then you get to an adult and you regress back to being a child, but really being so childish. Because most people are not prepared to just take responsibility and accountability. The profound truth, the cold truth, with grace. I'll serve it with a smile. So one day when your own ledger is tallied, all right, what you need to look at is, have you been technically correct? Or is it better to live soulfully profound? You know what I mean? Stand on the principle is what I would say. Stand on your own principles. Stand on your own principles and your own morals. Then you cannot be corrupted once you're at that place. And if you want to live by a true, if you want to have a teacher, because as we say, a teacher only arrives when you open the door and delve deeper, because you're looking, a teacher will only give you a mirror reflection of oneself in equal standing. We're trying not to be better, but we've embodied certain aspects in our life that you can then adopt. But one of them is truthfulness. It is living by like the spiritual law that God has created. And then you've got the universal law, and then there's the universal law in nature, the laws of nature. It's actually about, facing things with the cold truth and the reality of what they are. What is it this is what I've said as a spiritual practitioner over the last few years. What do people fear in pain? Pain is pain. What are we running away from ourselves? Are we running away from our own pain in ourselves that we've given to somebody else? Or are we running away from the pain that we're receiving because we're not prepared to stand in the truth, in the light, wholly, within ourselves? Are we scared of an argument? Are we really scared of some words? What is it that people are fearing? I don't. Not anymore. I just see people for what they are, really, realistically speaking. If somebody's nice, they're nice. If they're not, they're not. I don't fucking sugarcoat things anymore. But I know in my own ledger that's been tallied in front of God, I've got nothing to prove, nothing to gain. But the people that know me, and that's all I need to say. So a closing echo to finish off today. If I could finish this off, let me just see if I can get to some of my notes before we go. Well, I've got a little bit more rewiring of the mind. Remember, everybody, to try and live your life as right as possible, really. A spiritual teacher will teach you properly, like any, mother and father, if they're really, trying to not be coming from their perspective, but from a overall perspective, is remember that our bones turn to dust. It's how we actually live our life in this earth plane that makes the big difference. We're walking this one life into the next, and living in the Basker in a suspended world as a spirit until we're resurrected, we can make a difference in our own lifetime. That's for ourselves and the people around us. Having the inner awareness, having a better conscience. What's going to be said on your tombstone? Who's going to be visiting your grave when you've gone? Who's really going to be thinking about you for more than a week or a year? How many times do we consider another person before we consider ourselves? What is true love? And how is it to act without condition? Whisper in the wind. Truly good. So rewire your mind, if you want to write these down. I question if being right is also being true to myself. If being right is being true to myself. I train my mind to weigh my conscience above cold correctness. I train my mind to weigh conscience above cold correctness. I let moral beauty outrank technical victory. To give an example before we go, because I don't say many stories, but years ago, right, we swapped roles in the office. I became the office manager, and Linda carried on doing HR and accounts and pay for the staff. And she just basically said, she went, "You're better at interviewing." And I says, why do you get that? And she says, because the people that we've all had have all had either attitude or something about them, whereas most people would pick somebody that they think is just going to fix the box and do the job. I've had women and men turn up dishevelled, not look quite right, various things. But I've actually took them on board because actually in the cold correctness of the day, I knew that they'd be feisty enough to maybe do a little bit extra. Maybe if there was a problem, they'd know how to solve it. To have the right attitude, most of all. So, and that's why I know over the years, the people that I've worked with, same as whether it's been in business years ago, I still can contact those people because I know I've done no harm and done no shit to people, even over the years. My conscience is clean. I just try to be a better person every single day. Can I sing you happy birthday? Happy birthday to you, Ava. Bless you. I don't really sing, so it's not my thing, singing. So a few people said a few years ago, actually, you can sing a little bit, Claire. You can sing. Why do you want me to sing you happy birthday? I'm curious. I'm asking you a question. How do I know it's your birthday? I'm sorry, I'm cynical. I just see what you got to say. Hi, afternoon.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. And what's your name?
My name is Joseph, but I'm using my wife's account.
Your name's Joseph and you're using your wife's account. Okay, sound. What do you want to chat about?
I just want to ask like a few questions about yourself.
All right, okay, fire away.
What is your favorite color?
Green.
I love green.
Green is my favourite colour. Nature, trees. I love all the different hues of green.
You are so beautiful.
Thank
You
you.
should be so confident in yourself. You should be a model.
Hey, look, James is back in the room. I've done some promotional work. Let's put it that way. But I'm not tall enough to be, and I'm too old now. You know what I mean? So, but I've done promotional work before in the past. I've done some weird and wonderful stuff. I can tell you that I wore a racing suit on a track day in front of the
I
men years
love
ago.
your humor. It is amazing.
Standing on the bonnets of the cars, with high heel boots on, and a bit of the breast
Hold
showing.
on, I just need to get some water.
James has disappeared again. Anything to do with modelling or photography? He's a photographer. What was that? You wouldn't get away with that in front of my youngest son. Even me, I'm in the corner.
That was very refreshing. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah, I'm laughing at you, yeah. Sorry if I am telling you to your face.
Was it with me drinking my water?
Sorry.
You are so funny.
It's okay. Don't worry, my son's I'm aware of a time every time with me as well. It's always enlightening.
You are the best person I've ever talked to.
How old are you?
I'm sorry, I will not give that information out.
Are you hiding your voice?
Oh, no.
Really?
I am very sure.
Okay.
I'm going to go now. It is.
Thank you for sharing my video. You're welcome. Thank you for asking me the questions that you asked me. Thank you for your compliments. Appreciated. And we'll say peace and blessings to you. And if you'd like some healing energy, I will send you some. So
goodbye.
Take care. Thank you for sharing my life. So peace and blessings. Can I join? Why have you got some questions to ask me? Go on then, because we are going soon, but that's okay. Come and say hi. Come and join in. If you want to talk about religion, philosophy, general chit chat, it's good. Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good. Are you the sir that's been just sharing my video, my life?
Yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Where are you from?
Australia.
Nice.
What about yourself?
Sheffield, England.
Oh yeah, nice.
So, what do you want to talk about?
I don't mind anything.
Okay, well, somebody else wants to join in as well. So, here we go. Number 2.
Hey.
Hello. Let's mix this up a little bit. So, have you got any questions, topic, conversation?
Yeah, actually, I have a question. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on.
How long's your tongue? How long is your tongue?
How long is my tongue?
Yeah. So,
I'm having licorice tea.
ooh.
My friend's tongue, it could actually reach the nose. It could actually reach the nose.
Oh, show me. Sounds good.
Yeah. We are. We're goodies. We're the goodies. We're the goodies with we're the goodies with dirty minds. I write erotica, by the way, but you
I have
know.
a dirty mind too.
Okay.
Yep.
But be careful with the questions that you ask me, because.
How dirty's your mind?
Well, you could go read my poetry, or I've wrote a book. So I'm into.
What's your book about?
I'm into dark romance, psychology, love, sex,
As in like
lust.
what?
It's erotica.
What's
What
that?
Are you just like interested in sex? You're not like interested in arousal and mind and foreplay and.
Yeah, just like the
I'm
fuck,
interested
not
in all
like
of it.
never researched it, but you know, still interest. Love to learn.
All right then. Well, my other page, if you want to see it, is called At Erotic Poems.
Just tell now.
Can you read me one?
At Erotic Poems. Not while I'm on my live stream, because I haven't got my screens open. So.
Do you like them young?
Do I like them young? I think I'm a bit. I'd be a man eater. You know what I mean?
Is 19 too young for you?
Too young. Yeah.
Would you
Sorry.
do it?
No.
To be fair, I wouldn't actually just have sex with a stranger. So, just
even
because
if they're hot.
because I'm a spiritual celibate through
Not
choice.
even if they're good looking.
Looks don't matter. To me, it's about character and behaviour.
Or
What
if
would
they have
attract?
good character.
What attracts me to human beings is their character and behaviour. Who they are as a human being.
But what
The
if they have good
quirks, the
character?
flaws. If they were too young, no. I'm not a cradle snatcher of my son's age.
How old's your son?
What about them sneaky?
No sneakies.
What if I feel you lick your say up with something sweet?
Maybe if what?
What if I feel you lick your tea up with something else sweet?
No. You won't get around me.
Why not?
I don't do virtual dating. I don't do long-term things. I don't do the let's see where it goes. I don't do mind games.
I'm going to buy a plane ticket to UK and show you what's good.
I didn't say okay then. I'll challenge you. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's see what your actions say. Oh, it's talk is cheap, yeah?
I'll make you gag on it.
Okay then. Anyway, if you want to go and enjoy my erotic poems, you can. But, you know, I don't know why you want to target me with this conversation, but if it makes you have fun, then fine.
I want to fuck you in bum. Can I do that?
From an energy perspective here, we're talking energy here. I'm an energy being. I'm kindly saying no, not because I'm not saying what I'm into or not into, because I'm not going to feed it, not because I can't have fun, but because I just, you know what I mean, from a spiritual perspective, I wouldn't just jump into bed with a guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But you would let someone drive the dirt road. Yeah, you like the dirt road.
I like a lot of things. I like myself. I love myself, but yeah.
You like big Australian dick.
You like big pecker pipe poop shoes. Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, well, I could keep doing this conversation.
Yeah.
Where'd it get me? Let's just say it this way, that the way you're speaking wouldn't captivate me, if you know what I mean.
How old are you?
Me? 50.
Yeah, I'm 19.
Fuck, you're old.
So See, younger women, they might go for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
well, I could probably make you as well go for it.
I'm a bit. I'm very simply complicated.
Yeah. Sounds cool.
Would you drink
Like-
licorice tea with some cum in it?
19-year-old. It's as bad as a few years ago when we went out clubbing. 23. Kept coming and dancing in front of me. I do dance, so he come out dancing in front of me. Oh, I like you, and I was like, I'd eat you for breakfast. I said, and I'm not
Can you show me
entertaining
your
you.
dance moves?
Eat me for breakfast.
I'm not a performing puppet, darling. You know, I do occasionally entertain people by amusing them, but
I want you to entertain me.
just go and look at go and look on my videos. You'll see me dancing. There is some dancing videos. I've got to do some more, but I'm thinking of coming out with whips and chains because there's that song in there. Got those whips and chains.
And tie you on things and put you on swings.
Oh, I like whips and chains.
Do you?
Yeah. Trust me, I could put you on a swing.
I'm sure I could make some poetry out of what you're saying in real time.
Yep.
But
Yep.
Make some poetry then. Give us poetry version of whips.
I told you, I'm not a performing puppet. It doesn't just work like that. It's like a storyteller. You don't just all of a sudden you get writer's block every so often. Sometimes I sit there for weeks thinking, "Oh, I've just lost plot."
I'm not sticking hand up bum and
Ooh, I'd
making
make you fix the plot.
I
Trust
don't
me.
want you to dance. I want to see your talent.
What we doing? Are we all sticking our hands up our bums?
I'll stick hand up bum. And grab heart.
Ready, I'll give you a poem.
Oh gosh.
Roses are red, violets are blue. My dick is big. Let me put it in you. Good one, listen there.
Help, ladies! I'm on again. I never know what's greeting me though. When I open my door, I'm like, okay, we'll have a conversation. What's greeting me? It's okay, guys. You know, a few years ago with Messenger, I used to just have Messenger. Guys just sending dick pics, for no reason. I think okay then. Or they ring you, you open your message, and there they are, totally naked. You know.
Give me a phone number and I'll send.
With the drag queens out. No, I don't.
Just turn the camera on.
I don't give my number out.
No dick for you.
Anyway, you've made me giggle.
You're wearing pink underwear.
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? You know what I mean?
I want to phone.
I want to fall.
Lorraine, can you? My other friend's gone out. I don't know where she is. I mean, outnumbered
Lorraine, I
here.
want to put my dick in your mouth.
Lorraine! Don't Lorraine.
Lorraine, come in to this live.
Listen, I'm disconnecting you because I'm gonna go because I'm going
Don't
offline.
disconnect me, please.
I am.
Fuck you, Mia.
Text it. You could have said it. You were on the live stream the whole time. Don't be shy. If you're saying those things, don't be shy. I'm not. Yeah, I am a bit shy myself, but I'm shy confident. You know what I mean? I'm an introvert that. You know what I mean? I can be extroverted. It just, like I said, it depends on the mood. Lorraine, I need more women, please. You know what I mean? I keep saying to my other friend, my other buddy, right? She is about sometimes. She sits there and thinks, oh no, Claire's being gagged on. Or Claire's being stalked on. Yeah. But I have got a safety net in a way as a woman, if you think about it, because I could run away and hide. And this is why I decided a few years ago that I've tried everything. I've tried the silent sabbaticals. I've gone offline, you know. And I thought, no, I'll just face the music. Just come on, be myself. Be myself and I. So, let moral beauty outrank this. Without the inner, seal it with a kiss. Not true, is it? It's a mask. But many people, that's what they go for. They go for the superficial. They go for the outside. Which is fine. To have attraction. To like somebody because you like them, because you're attracted to maybe their style, their look, their eyes, whatever it may be. Their bum, their boobs. But that's what we should be doing. If we're looking at good and versus right, we should be appealing to not just looking good, to being good. Being funny, but being good. Being wise, but taking our time. Having a moral compass, but you know, like I said over 8 years, I can take banter because I've worked in male-dominated environments. But I don't like rudeness. Same as people lying or people that are discriminating people. You know, just me. The way I am. My lane. It's the way I am. Sometimes the higher law isn't written on paper, it's carved in spirit. Just think, God carved it in his spirit, didn't he? His holy finger. Those laws. There were no laws on this earth, technically. A bit of religion and a bit of history there, but there was technically no laws on this land, on the whole of earth. Just think how gracious God, the Creator, has then had to make laws because people just aren't getting it. Just aren't getting it. And so many thousands of years later, we're still not getting it. The very clear, simple fundamentals, the rules of our life. What are the rules? The purpose is to follow the rules, pass the tests, get to the end of the life, to go to the next better life. When we're resurrected, all of us, every single being, the jinn, everybody that's died, even when Isa comes back, and Jesus comes back, when he comes back on the back of 2 angels dressed in saffron, he's going to say to people, you've all been talking in my name. Did I say that? But even he's going to have to face real death. His grave is there, ready. There's only Enoch and him that fully ascended physically. There was only Adam and Jesus that had technically no father, no sperm. There's only Mary that was immaculate conception, let alone the other miracles that were based in life. Your life is a miracle. Being alive is a miracle. Your breath, to how your organs function and how everything works in unison. It's a miracle. We should marvel at that miracle more. Find the happiness in the small moments, like I do. I would rather have compassion than cruelty. I'd rather heal than hurt. I'd rather, like I have over the last 10 or 15 years, most of the time, even as a spiritual warrior, I will choose kind words over hurtful ones. But if somebody wants to fight, then the fight is on. I'm not somebody that will back down. And especially when I believe that fundamentally I'm right in what I'm saying from a moral perspective, not just an opinion here. Opinions are opinions. Everybody's got opinions. Like I said, most people in the world have got an asshole. So if most people have got an asshole, everybody's got an opinion. This isn't about this. This is about what is right. The good becomes self-evident because, like I said, when you're embodying that as a human being, it's like I've done over the last few years. I've stayed quiet in some very major situations that it became self-apparent that people can't say anything because they'll just say, well, she's been quiet. Ventured out. Most people are making things up because there's something in themselves. But I'm here as a spiritual teacher, if you want, as a coach, to reflect it and reflect that mirror back with some harsh realities and some stark truths. It costs nothing to have manners and respect. Joseph, peace and blessings. In relation to Mary, is not the true story. Zachariah was the one that looked after Mary, and Zachariah was a family member, not Joseph. Jesus wasn't born in December. There's no evidence in any scripture or in history. He was born in the spring and summer under a date tree. Tells you it was spring, summer. But I've done about 10 years study on Jesus and Mary's family. And other prophets, peace and blessings. Love and peace and blessings to all the prophets, because they've all got a message, and even the lesser ones that are not all mentioned. They're all part of the story. That's why all relationships are important. These people, we're going to see them again in the next life. If you don't think hell is real, or hell in your own existence, some people think hell is on earth, but hell is very real. It's a dimension, it's a place, it's a space, like another planet that God has created that he's going to send people to, heaven or hell. Don't be mistaken it. So, live by compassion. Reflect every single day. Go to bed in peace is what I would say to most people, is always go to bed in peace. Right. And be beautifully good. You don't have to be impeccable. That's what I said, when you embrace your shadows, the guilt, the fear, the shame, the intimidation, the embarrassment, as well as the other darker sides, aspects of our personality traits, when you embrace them as your shadow self, there's really nothing people can do, because you know you're good and you're bad. You know the good versus right. You know when to do the right thing. You learn when to say the right thing and when to keep your mouth quiet. Sometimes be cold, but you still can be cold, but have warmth as well. Same as, like I said to the other day, you can be kind, but it doesn't mean always you have to be nice. It's defining within the etymology and the meaning of the words the concept in which we're embodying what we're writing, what we're saying, what we're thinking. Beyond correct, just turn up kind. Simple. So I believe I have finished for today. I believe I have. Yeah. I believe every single day a new way. As I said, the path that's going on, the path that's less travelled. That stillness and the solitude within that peace. That's why I said in when you take your time to have even just 5 minutes a day of meditation and quietness and switching off from everything. Right, but only if you do longer sabbaticals and meditations, in that silence you'll cultivate your ideas. Embody love. Life is simple. So, have we finished? Anybody else before I go today? I've done that quite good time, actually. Really. Obviously, I do allow 2 hours for people chat. I want to come in and say something. Peace, perfect peace. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Namaste. Love and light, embracing the shadow within. I am working and cultivating some new things ready for autumn and winter. I do try to bring up new topics every single day. If you have got any suggestions of any topics that you would like us to discuss, drop me a line, put it on a video, whatever, because that's what I do from a psychological perspective, is I look at scenarios, situations, events, and write. Try to write from pain, but turning it into the solution. Unlimited possibilities, that is me. So, till next time, take care. Peace and blessings.